Hello everyone, my name is Noriani binti Abdul Majid, metric number 271423. So I will tell you guys about Indonesia batik. Batik is a technique of wax resist dyeing applied to whole clothes. This technique originated from the island of Java people. Batik is made either by drawing dots and lines of the resist with a sport tool called canting, or by printing the resist with a copper stamp called a cap. The applied wax resist dyes and therefore allow the artisan to color selectively by soaking the clothes into one color, removing the wax with boiling water and repeating it multiple colors are desired. On October 2, 2009, UNESCO officially recognized batik as masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage of humanity from Indonesia, and encouraged the Indonesian people and the Indonesian government to safeguard, transmit, promote, and develop the craftsmanship of batik. Since then, Indonesia celebrates the National Batik Day annually on October 2. Nowadays, Indonesia wear batik in honor of this ancient tradition. The history of batik. From the Javanese origin, the batik word is taken. The word ambatik means that mark with spots or dots. In a wider sense, it signifies drawing, painting, or writing. No such words is to be found in the Old Japanese language, so we can conclude that batik is a word of fairly recent origin. Batik is an ancient art that has been carried forward for thousands of years. It is practiced in countries like Indonesia, Middle East, Thailand, Africa, Malaysia, India, China, Philippines, and other countries. The exact origin of batik is not known, but it is widely common of the island of Java, Indonesia. It is believed when the art of batik was first practiced in Java, it only belonged to royal family and wealthy people. The Europeans were the first to learn this art. They learned it and introduced it in their own countries. Some countries like Japan, India, China, and Africa have their own style and interpretation of this art. India started using this technique to translate their own ideas when they realized the importance of this art for form. There are three types of Indonesian batik, which is written batik, stamp batik, and painted batik. Written batik, also known as batik tulis, is made by writing wax liquid on the surface of cloths with a tool called canting. Canting made of copper with a handle made of bamboo from wood. The making of handwritten batik takes approximately 1 to 3 months depending on the complexity and the detail of the batik. Because the working techniques are still traditional and manual, making handwritten batik takes longer and it's more complicated than other batik techniques. Stamp batik or batik cap is batik whose manufacturing process uses a stamp tool. The stamp tool is made of copper plates which form a batik motif is one of its surface. Stamp tool or canting cap is made by people who are expert in the field. Making batik with cap works the same way as using stamp but using waxes, not ink. Painted batik or batik lukis is a technique of making batik by painting without on a white cloth using a medium or the combined medium like canting, brush, banana stalk, broomstick, cotton, toothpicks, patchwork, and other media, depending on the expression of the painter. Batik painting is the result of a development of batik art. The essence of batik painting is a process of making batik that does not use traditional motifs that are commonly found. So I will move to the domain of intangible heritage. The first one is traditional craftsmanship, second is oral tradition and expression, the third one is social practice, and the last but not least is ritual and festival event. Why batik is domain? This is because batik, the craft of batik, is intertwined with the cultural identity of Indonesian people, and to the symbol meaning of its color and design, it expresses the creativity and spiritually. This is caused by a clothes with everyday design are worn regularly in business and academic setting, while the special varieties are incorporated into celebration of marriage and pregnancy and into preparatory and other arts forms. Batik, which increasingly popular among society, is now starting to be used in fashion products such as bags, accessories, and not limited to clothes only. The evolution of classic batik into costume is the initial stage of degradation of the meaning of batik, which was initially not recognized and experienced the rejection of society. Over time, the community finally accepted and tolerated these changes. Currently, batik products are irrelevant both in terms of product types of motif. The initial concept of original batik, which is convey noble message, philosophy, and social symbols, are everywhere to find. The change, some culture and tradition passed down from generation to generation, starting to become extinct. But Indonesia batik continues to adapt to time until now. It is faced with the second stage pre-evaluation phase, namely batik pop culture. The last but not least is safeguarding for the intangible heritage. To keep intangible heritage alive, it must remain relevant to a culture and be regularly practiced and learned within communities and between generations. Communities and groups who practice this tradition and costume everywhere in the world have their own system for transmitting their knowledge and skills, usually depending on the words of mouth rather than the text. Safeguarding activities must therefore involve in community groups and well-appropriated individuals that bear such heritage. So, my opinion about batik is to practice and transmission of batik. Knowledge related to batik is also shared and transmitted into craft people communities. What's more, batik clothes production organization plays an essential role in the transmission of batik techniques through creating job opportunity, establishing selling system, and so on. Apart from this organization, also hold mutual aiding activities which can build strong relationship among craft people and support daily life of craft people financially. Conclude my points. There are 3 points for the transmission of batik culture, which is building knowledge, sharing environment, making batik practice occupation, and offering value beyond financial benefits. So that's all from me. Thank you.